Typically in most parts, if you're just working with the standard features, you're going to be working with a single solid body. And if I were to create an extrusion on one of these planes and then look at a subsequent extrusion, there'll be an option for merge result, and this will keep everything in a single body. Right now I have my solid bodies and surface bodies folders shown. If you don't, you can go in the options, look in the feature manager, and turn on the solid bodies folder. And once you create a second solid body, this will show up automatically by default. So if, for example, I created another sketch or another sketch element that is disjointed from the original rectangle, I'm going to get two bodies because I have no connection between these two. And then if I create another sketch and create another extrusion, I have this merge result option. So if I click OK, it's going to combine this all back into one solid body, as long as these are all connecting. Within the extrude options is an option for feature scope, and you can choose to combine this with all bodies if you're using the merge result, or you can select out specific bodies. If you do choose auto select, typically it'll choose all the bodies or just the most logical. If we do instead just choose one of the rectangular prisms, you'll see now that entire body is a single body, and that extrusion remains its own body. The same holds true for if we were using revolves, sweeps, lofts, or boundaries, as well as the negative versions of each of these. So if I were to create a revolved cut, for example, I have the option of selecting out specific bodies for this cut. And I could also always go back, turn off the merge result, and remove out geometry from more bodies if I want. All of this can be combined together with the combine tool as well, or adding another feature. So this offers a way to work with specific bodies without affecting the others. So you can quickly make changes without having to go back in the history of the part to be able to actually make those changes. Multi-body parts have quite a bit of uses. In the surfacing section, I'll be adding a section about master models. And a master model is where you create the entire assembly or most of the assembly in a single part, and then you'll break the part out later and save out those individual bodies as their own parts. So if I do right click on one of these bodies, I can insert this into a new part and save it as its own part. And you'll see an in-context reference arrow, meaning that any changes that I make to this body in the original part are going to apply to this body as well in my new part. But that's how you work with multi-body parts. Subsequent videos in this section will cover further details on multi-body parts.